until the last wind blows.
East Tennessee's own WDVX, and a set of, well, local and local related music. That's a band called The Adults. Now, when they recorded that record, they were out in California, but guitarist Troy Dixon from right here in East Tennessee, and he was playing and singing on that record. The album from The Adults is called Miracles. We got a cool little vinyl of it here in the studio with some neat artwork. And again, the record is Miracles from The Adults. You just heard Until the Last Wind Blows, kind of some local music in there. In fact, we heard earlier today from someone associated with the band and wanted to put a challenge out to anyone out there, parents of artists, whether that be musicians, visual artists, whatever your art. They wanted to challenge parents of artists to call in and support WDVX, and I think that's a pretty noble cause. My 2-year-old is quite a scribbler, and she sings to herself. She might be an artist someday, so I may be supporting the arts on down the road too. But if you are the parent of an artist or have an artist in your family, there was a challenge put out earlier today to call in and support WDVX on those grounds. 544-1029, toll free 1-866-946-9389, or go online to WDVX.com. Also in that set, we heard from Wendy Crow from The Way I Am, one called Meridian, I Love the Same. Now Wendy, her record produced by Jonathan Manus. Jonathan plays on the record extensively as well. Jonathan has a new CD called Time, Love, and Money, and from it we heard a song featuring John Callan and Sam Bush, one called Velma. Jonathan Manus and Wendy Crow now play together as the band West Wind, but they each just released those solo records, The Way I Am from Wendy Crow and Time, Love, and Money from Jonathan Manus. You can find both of those records. They're out right now, and West Wind touring extensively in the region as well. And a brand new release from the Black Lilies. It's called Runaway Freeway Blues. For the second time tonight, we heard a tune called The Fall. Black Lilies' new record going to be released in a couple of weeks on the 26th of March. You can find out more at theblacklilies.com. A big CD release show coming here in Knoxville, and we're going to try to get Cruz Contreras to come by the studio later in the Fun Drive and tell us more about the record. But local music, it's a big part of what we do at WDVX. The Black Lilies, the West Wind, the Adults. We heard from Timley 3 earlier, the Lone Tones. We've been playing a lot lately. And all the artists who come through to play on the Blue Plate Special, or other artists that we've played, Karen A. Reynolds, Jay Clark, Mick Harrison, Scott Miller. I could go on and probably for 10 minutes and still be leaving somebody out, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to stop. But there are so many talented artists in Knoxville, in East Tennessee. Many of them have shows or are a part of the radio station. Jonathan Manus works at the radio station. Sam Quinn is often in here on Monday nights during Category Stomp. You can hear Sam. Sean McCullough from the Lone Tones hosts the Saturday Morning Kid Stuff program. So much talent in East Tennessee, and right here in Knoxville especially. And we try to find a place for a lot of it on WDVX, and I know that's something that a lot of you support.